we were in escrow for several months, and when we came to, we just decided to move instead of, and not wait for the escrow to close. We just moved, and we were here, I think maybe less than 2 months, and the people, the business, the corporation, the public corporation that was buying us actually went bankrupt. Yeah, after 18 months of escrow. That sort of made a mess out of things, not just because they weren't buying our store, but because they're the place where we were buying our parts from, and all of a sudden it was like a dairy, it's like owning a dairy not having any milk. And so 3,200 stores were affected, so no warehouse wanted to deal with any of us. And consequently, the bottom line is we went broke. We got here 2 years. We got here 2 months, and after 2 months, instead of having $200,000, we owed $1.8 million. So it was a little rough. We owed 122 suppliers. And so it was pretty stressful. And we'd only been here 2 months, and the school wouldn't start for 7 more months. So we went in and talked to Bill, and then we went to talk to the elders at a board meeting about a few nights later. And I said to the board, I explained the whole situation to them much more detail than I'm sharing here. I shared for about a half an hour our journey. And I said, we have no choice but to go bankrupt. We don't even have a wage yet. It would take us 3 lifetimes to pay back $1.8 million. And we owe 122 suppliers, and some of those suppliers are in Redding. So it's going to feel really awkward, being someplace and having one of my suppliers walk in. It just doesn't feel like it's good for Bethel, and I need to go find a job. So I got done with this whole, sharing this whole story, obviously in tears. And one of the elders, the oldest elder on the team, board member, stood up and he said, we're a family, and families stay together in troubled times. We don't want you to leave. And secondly, I would ask that we do one thing for you. We would like to pray for you and ask God to do a miracle in your finances. And I would ask that you wouldn't bankrupt for 6 months, that you would let us pray for you for 6 months. And I said, I have no faith for that. And he said, would you trust mine? I'm like, well, what's 6 months? I didn't think I was going to really trust his, but I actually was thinking, what's 6 months? What could it hurt? 180 days. So I said, sure, okay, great. Well, whatever you want us to do. And it was a very emotional night. The leaders were all crying, and we were too. It was a very difficult time. Anyway, lots of stuff happened there. I'll just tell you a couple of them. 2 months later, we got forgiven $950,000. It was awesome. And it's like, all right, the dream is alive. We only have 850 to go, 1,000 to go.